Live and hello everyone, and yeah, we're now on the multiplayer screen. We started 2 minutes earlier than I said before. I'm just setting up the final few things, so if you're watching the stream back, just skip a few minutes ahead while I set up the last things for the stream so that we can start at 3 o'clock. Yeah, just changing the thumbnail real quick. Would be a shame if I made a cool thumbnail and then nobody would see it, wouldn't it? Hi Max, welcome to the stream. Lovely that you are here. We are just, safe, and now we already have 2 viewers, so that's great. 3 viewers, there we go. So let me know if you're here, just write a little message and then we can start streaming. Once I have finished the settings. It's still not 3 o'clock, so I think I have the time to do this, because we would start at 3 o'clock, so yeah. And let's now save the settings and start with the first race. Yeah, one guy already left. That's a bit of a shame. So yeah, we're just doing open lobbies again, since you guys seem to like that very much. Here we can see. Let's just search for one. Monaco, 5 out of 5 people. So let me know if you are in the stream. While we are waiting, as they just have to. As they are now on the race vessel screen, so we cannot do anything about that. We're just waiting here for them to just finish up. We're just waiting until we can select the car. This can take a while, but just hang in there. Of course, you know, F1 2020 live streams usually have a lot of waiting inside of them and not that much racing, but we cannot do anything about that. But once we get racing, it is really fun. As you can see, the next track will be Monza, as they've just done Monaco. So this waiting is now taking pretty long, but let's have a bit more patience. So yeah, if you are here, let me know something about you, something fun. Do you want to race? Join this lobby, because we still have 3 places. So you can still join if you want in. And we have waited a long enough of time, so let's just select the car. Let's go with the AlphaTauri. It's Terry. And we are waiting for people to ready up. In 26 seconds we will start with the first race. We currently have 3 viewers, so that's good. Hello everybody. And the live stream has begun officially, because we are now heading into the one-shot qualifying of the Italian Grand Prix. 2 minutes later than it was planned, but What is 2 minutes? And Max M is in, so that's good for him, because then we can race together and have a lot of fun. In the garage, let's just load a quick setup. Fun fact about this setup, this is also the setup that I use for the top speed comparisons, as we now have 4 viewers. And let's go to track. It will stay dry, so we wouldn't have to load a wet setup. Waiting for the countdown to go down. And now going on to the track. So in Monza you reach really high speeds here in the equal car performance car, 344 kilometers an hour before braking. Of course with it differs from what setup you use. As we get onto the power very carefully here, do not want to spin out, because it's one shot qualifying, so yeah. By the name you can already kind of think of it as a one shot. So we're flying over the curbs. Also do not want to invalidate it. I don't know what the corner cutting settings are on, so let's not take any chances with it, because a disqualification would be worse than a spin, of course, since then you are disqualified. We now have 5 years as I missed the apex of Lesmo 2. Opening the DRS. We still have plenty of DRS left, but of course we are limited by the green bar which you can see there. I don't know why that is. If somebody knows that, let me know. Ooh, and we almost go a little bit too wide. Do not want to do that, because if you go off track there, then that would mean the end of your lap. You will get disqualified. Coming through the last corner, the Parabolica. Of course, the place where Peroni flew in 2019 is in his F3 car. And as we come over the line, I don't know what position that it's in, but it could be a top 5. So we are just waiting for the rest of the cars to finish their laps. And it's P3, that's really good. That means that we will starting behind the leader, so we will have slipstream in turn 1. We will be the first guys who have a slipstream. And that of course is positive. So yeah, third for the Grand Prix d'Italia 2020. So here now going through the grid order, we have Secret Legenda on pole in the Williams. We have a Renault in P2, ourselves in P3, then a Briton in P4. It's a very diverse grid, a lot of Italians, a lot of Brits, a lot of Spaniards, but pretty diverse. So that's a good thing to see. Yeah, let's head to the race now. And once again waiting on Alex, that seems to be a Briton. And the quarter cutting rules are on strict, I hear. Or it's being written in the chat. Don't know how reliable that source is. Of course leave a like if you haven't, because that would help us out very much. You disqualified in the first corner. If you got the track, then you get disqualified. That's not allowed. So let's just go to the race. We cannot really change our setup, and we do not even want to change it, even if we were allowed to change it. Ten seconds before the race will get underway, 5 laps. So there's 5 laps ahead of us then. We have the 5 red lights now coming on. I now realize that I haven't changed my settings back. And we are underway. So really careful at the start. Let's press Rich and overtake. The McLaren had a really good start. He had way more traction than we did, as we almost didn't have any. The Renault blocks us into turn 1. Let's see if we can maybe overtake the Renault again, or the McLaren. He gets squeezed wide, but we cannot do anything as we have a lot of traction loss again, as there is now a very fast Red Bull behind us. McLaren weaving ahead. Let's see if we can notch your AlphaTauri past him. Oh, and it's 3 wide into that corner. Yeah, that would never work. So we get a 2-second time penalty now. The only guys here. So that's a very, very not nice of the game. So I'm searching for the words, but we are now up into P2, but still have the 2-second time penalty. And the Renner now dive bombs the McLaren, so that is just what we need. Secret Legenda is getting away with the race, however, so the race win won't be a very viable option right now. So we cut the track. So I wasn't really focusing on it. And there are now yellow flags as a McLaren has crashed out in the Ascari chicane.
Great first lap. Keep it up.
Secret Legenda then sets the fastest lap. And now heading into turn 1, braking as late as we can, because we need to make up the time and overtake him once again if we want to. Oh yeah, make up the time, overtake him and drive 2 seconds away from him if we want to make up the time that we lost in lap 1, of course, with that 3 wide moment where you shouldn't really go 3 wide. So our teammate is now into the pits. So yeah, it seems that the number 1 is driving away from us and that the number 3 is slower than us. So this is shaping out to be a quite handballed fair kind of race, you know, with Hamilton in the lead getting away from Bottas and Bottas in second place getting away from Verstappen. But it isn't all over yet. The car ahead of us, oh, he now also has a 2-second time penalty. And that's probably for warning, so he will get a lot more of those then if he is that keen on corner cutting. So that would mean that maybe we can still catch him on penalties if we just stay within the 4 seconds. And we need to, oh, and there's now a yellow flag and the other McLaren has crashed out. And there's now an Alfa Romeo Sauber in the pits still. Then he had a lot of damage if he's only now in the pits, as we are already coming into lap 3, he is still in lap 2. So we now set the fastest lap of the race. His DRS has been enabled. Put it in lean to just make the engine cool down a bit more, because it probably needs that. We got a lot of oversteer on the exit there, that wasn't too good. Use some ERS once again. Let's look at the engine temperature. Okay, well he can have some more. Let's put it in standard as we come into the second sector, so that it won't overheat on a bit where we don't really need the power. I think that was a pretty good middle sector. We are gaining on him on the exit here, so let's use some rich and ERS to make the most of this. Leave it in rich. We are almost within the 2 seconds as we set a purple second sector. So that's really good. That means that we have gained time on him. We are now within the 2 seconds. If we can close that gap 7.5 tenths more, then we are within the DRS. He seems to be struggling now. Don't know if he has picked up a bit of damage on that lap. Oh, his ERS is drained. He drained his ERS, you can see it by the blinking light. He's used all of those resources, and that means that he's going to be a little bit more slow than us. So we use a bit of our ERS to gain that time on him, and we're almost within the second as we set another fastest lap of the race. So now we're really gaining on him in the slipstream already. So let's put it in lean to save some fuel and let the engine cool down a bit more. Try to get a good exit here. Use some more rich mix. Check the engine temperature, yeah, that's fine, you can have some. So this race isn't definitely going to be a boring one. We're now inside of the slipstream. Let's brake really late again. Go over the curbs. And we are definitely now very close. It seems to me that he is damaged, because otherwise he wouldn't be so slow all of a sudden. Or we have picked up some speed. There's now a back marker ahead of us, so let's hope that he didn't give the Williams ahead of us DRS, which he probably did. No, he didn't. We tried to use the most of the slipstream, so we passed that car. I haven't put name tags on, I will put it on after this race, so you can recognize yourself if you are in the race. And you can see now he doesn't have any ERS, so let's save some of ours. and use it on the straight. Let's just lift and coast because we can. And then try to get a good exit. He doesn't have a lot of ERS, so let's use all of ours. We have the same amount of penalties, so that won't matter. So we pull out to the left. He tries to squeeze us, but it doesn't work for him. We have a way higher top speed on this straight. So let's brake as late as we can. Let's not let him pass us. Well, it wasn't as late as we can, but we didn't want to overshoot the corner after we just made the pass. And we still know that he is low on ERS, so let's just use some. So that he cannot pass us if he now uses all of his. We won't be able to pass into here as we brake really late. We broke way later than him. And there are now lots more back markers ahead of us. So let's see if we can maybe snatch the DRS off of them as we are now in the last lap of the race. I think these are actually ghost cars, but that ghosting is off because they are driving at a really slow pace and they are acting like AI. I really had to make an evasive maneuver now behind our teammate then in the slipstream with the DRS. So the Williams driver won't like this because now I also have a DRS and a slipstream. As we are now getting onto the last straight for the race win, of course. Oh, we made up a lot of time through that corner. I don't know if he was stuck behind AlphaTauri. No, he wasn't, because he's too far ahead of that. 12.5 seconds ahead of the P3 man. And this will be a beautiful victory here at sunset in Monza, Italy. Or maybe at dawn, I don't know. Can't really see it in this game. And that means P1. As we crash out over the line and there are the back markers passing us. So let's just quickly put on the driver tags, as I think the viewer has finished in P3. Wait, that's assists. And we need to go to gameplay settings. Oh no, not gameplay, on screen display. Yes. We need to put these guys on and then there's no problem. So P1 then, as we're still... Oh, we're in the middle of the road actually. And now here P7 and 8 still fighting over that P7. That's a lot of points. But we just came into the lobby and beat everyone. Finished P1. So that's a really good starter. And let's now see as the Ferrari comes over the line. Yeah, there you can still see our car. There it is, stranded in the middle of the road. Oh, you finished P3 with damage. That's quite good for you, as we now have 4 viewers in the stream. So as we are once again waiting for the loading screens, win 3 online races. That was a series bonus, so we get some podium pass points, I think. Great. Don't really need them. Fastest lap of the race with 1:21.8, and a full second faster than anyone else. So that's good. 2 seconds worth of time penalties, but I didn't really earn those. But it was still a good race. We finished P1, we beat everyone. So I'm happy with that. As we are once again loading. And we're now waiting for Secret Legenda, the guy who finished in P2. And I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. So we're just calmly waiting now. And we actually finished 5th in the championship with that result. Yeah, we overtook a lot of guys, 26 points of course in the bag after only 1 race, so that's good. And we are now headed back to the lobby. Weekly event, featured event. Featured events are specially curated solo. Yeah, oh, that took a bit too long. And we are now readying up for Bahrain. Two out of 16 drivers are ready to race. Well, that's very fun that you like trains. Yeah, I know the meme. But do you also like turtles? That's the big question. Leave a like if you haven't on the stream. So we are just joining random lobbies and then just having fun. With random people, of course. Oh, and the track has actually been changed to Japan. So let's now look at the track list. So we're now doing Japan short, Britain short, Spain and Mexico. That's fun. Seems like. Yeah, you kinda like turtles. Oh, you do like turtles. Okay, that's good. It's good that you like turtles. So I actually got a PlayStation message from Secret Legenda, and he said GG. And we now also got Hank Peter in the lobby. Hello mate. And now lots of people joining the lobby. We are doing just a random open lobby, or lots of people joining the stream, sorry. So yeah, hope you all have had a Merry Christmas, and leave a like on the stream. We are just doing random lobbies and making a lot of fun. Trying to see if we can win some races or get involved in the chaos, because open lobbies, you never know what's going to happen. Well, maybe you suck at Japan, but maybe you are very good at the short layout. Nah, I wouldn't join a lobby if you made one, because then the lobby first has to fill up. And I do not want to wait for that, because that just takes too long. So just joining random lobbies. Take all of the fuel out of the car. Let me know, guys, is this a good setup? I don't know if this is a good... Oh wait, it's actually a short layout, so let's add some downforce. We also want to be able to overtake some cars, so... yeah, I don't know if this is a good setup. Let's just head to the track. See where we qualify, and then we know how quick the setup is. That's a very good plan. We now have 8 viewers in the stream. We're going very slowly through the corner. And now on the qualifying lap with 6.9 wings. That's quite funny. 69. Trying to concentrate but also commentate. That's a pretty rough exercise. As now the host has already retired from the session. Of course, a very short lap. That's why it's also called Japan short. So we're doing the eastern loop, I think. So now opening the DRS, and that's across the line. And that could very well be pole, because it only said qualifying complete when we went over the line. So let's see, will that be pole position? It is pole position with a 34.7. We've got Hank Peter, who was disqualified, Aprio11 YouTube, who was disqualified, DJ Royal, and James Ablit, who crashed out. Here now the Haas comes over the line. So we beat 15 people to the pole position. That's pretty good. Although it's open lobby, so the average skill level is pretty low. But yeah, sometimes there could be fast drivers, sometimes they couldn't. I'm not a fast driver, just so you guys know. Suck at this game. Don't really put in the time that some other guys do. Some other guys I know do. But yeah. They don't have a YouTube channel with 600 million subscribers, so yeah, I win. Yeah, not 600 million, 6k. I wish 600 million, that would be pretty good. Yeah, that's what Ferrari would say. Pole position, slow button on. Not really celebrating it, just slow button on. And we are now waiting to head to the grid that we're streaming 23 minutes with now 5 people watching. 6-9 wings, yes, very funny. Just waiting for the last few guys to ready up, and then we can start the 5-lap race around Japan short, which will take around 2 minutes really, because these lap times are 30 seconds. That's not really a lot from if you thought the Sakir layout was short, then you haven't seen something quite yet. Very long halt on the lights, but we are underway. Not really having the best start, but P2 man didn't also have a good start. Hey, there we have Secret Legenda once again from the last race. Very good race we had. Oh, a bit of understeer. So through the first lap now, and we are 1 second away from the cars behind, so we are out with the DRS. We have the fastest lap. On the track you can see actually the half of the track is yellow flags and the other half is green flags. So there's a car which has pulled up to the side there, and there's another car into the wall right there. There's a lot of carnage which we hadn't picked up on, but we can see the aftermath of it all, as we saw some tire tracks through the grass here and some more tire tracks from the grass, and we just keep seeing messages of people retiring in the bottom of our screen. So now while commentating on the full lap we gained another second, so this will be another fastest lap, which across the line of 35.4. So that's stellar. As now DRS has been enabled, but we are too far away to really feel an effect from that. Yeah, that's what do you guys think? Will we lap some cars or will we not? Let me know in the chat. And there are some more tire tracks, but probably those were the same. I really love this SS layout. It's so fun to drive through at high speeds. We got a little bit of the track there, but it doesn't matter too much. 2.9 seconds away now from the cars behind, so we went 4/10 slower on this lap. Now getting into turn 1 again, yellow flags and green flag as there's a slow force in the Hank Peter. Hello there, mate. Oh, it's you're trying to crash me out. Dick. Nice flickertje. And now here behind the McLaren. Who is this McLaren? It seems like it's a ghosted out car because there's a red cross, but of course ghosting is off in this lobby, or at least I think. So we still have to overtake him on the track, but he will let us pass, of course, with the blue flags. Try to get as much of the slipstream as we can. We now have a DRS. Let's see if we can maybe... Oh well, we need to save fuel, so we cannot set fast lap of the race probably. Maybe if we use some extra overtake. We're now really pushing hard. Oh, and there's 2 cars going slowly there. And there's Hank Peter once again, and he hits us off. Oh shit, now we will lose the race because of this. Well, that wasn't really the plan. There's now a massive pile up here. Oh my god, so many cars caught up in this pile up. Well, yeah, we have just lost the race because of that. Thank you very much. Fucking hell. Oh, we have actually run out of fuel. So that's just great, and we get pushed into the wall once again. And that means P3 after James had some penalties. Wasn't really too nice of you to crash me out right there, was it? It was expected that he would crash me out, to be honest. Could have seen it coming. Yeah, he is dirty, but it's open lobby, so you shouldn't really attach too much worth to it. And now watching the podium ceremony. Changing a few settings, hang on in there. So we are back right now already. We still have the false lap of the race, so I'm just showing how good I am. Not that good at this game once again. Don't at me. Don't try to 1v1 me or anything. Do people 1v1 each other on the F1 game? I know they used to do that on Fortnite back in the days. Which is already 3 years ago, when I think about it. So yeah, just now waiting. Some people are leaving the session, some people are joining. Not really that exciting, this. If you see it like this happening. These people are impossible to race with, yeah. That's online, that's why it's fun. A lot of carnage, a lot of chaos, cannot predict anything. If you try to go for the wins, just play ranked. That's my advice, because people there, then you can go into a high rank and people there don't want to punch you off. That's why we're doing unranked, so we don't get with only clean guys, because then there's no fun. There's no entertainment factor. You know? And we're now here for Britain Short. The short layout for this race. Let me know if you're still here watching the stream and enjoying it as much as I am. 7 out of 16 drives are already 8 out of 16, so that means that we can go once more. So we now P3 in the standings, but we should be P1. But let's not dwell on it for too long and head to the next race. Okay. I've just loaded the Britain setup. We do need a bit more though. Oh, I think this is a Italy setup, so let's change that real quickly. No, Britain setup with a very low wing amount, but it's of course a short layout, so we want a bit more downforce than that. Lower the fuel. 4-7 wings, that should be alright. Oh, and it's actually sort of night time here. Very dark. But it shouldn't stop us from getting pole once again. And we invalidate the lap, so we won't get pole. We can still have lots of fun on this lap, just trying to explore the track. So I actually never do the short layouts. Could have gotten a lot more speed there on the exit. And I think there's only 2 sectors to this track. Oh no, they've managed to fit 3 sectors into this. Well, that's not a very long lap to finish, to put 3 sectors in. It's around the same length as the Sakir circuit, or no, it's just in between, exactly in between the Japanese short layout and the Sakir GP. 46 seconds to complete the lap. And now everybody's getting disqualified. Including me. Damn, there's a lot of people who are getting disqualified. It's from P10 to P18, so that's a lot of people. And now Hank Peter is on pole, our teammate actually for this race. And we have MX in P2 right behind him, 1.2 seconds behind him on a 40-second lap. So that was a very dominant lap from the Dutchman in the AlphaTauri. And now just waiting for the moment until the lights go out and we can start racing once again. Yeah, setup won't change that, so that's ready up. Wait for the last few guys to all press advance, since there's not a tire strategy, so I don't know why you wouldn't do that. You're way down in P18, so we're in dead last. So it's a last to first challenge here live. So you can see some behind the scenes from that. It's not against 0% AI, so it's not really worthy of this channel. So as we're starting last, this should be a really fun race, because we are now right amidst all of the chaos and all of the bad drivers. So the lights go out and there's already two cars who aren't getting away, so we have to press the brake on the start finish straight. That wasn't too good, and there's no crash ahead of us. Those cars go into the wall. Goodbye to you. Oh, bit of oversteer here, as we are now ready to overtake the McLaren right there, pushing Rich in overtake. So how far are we behind the lead? Quite far. We won't get back into the lead, but what we will do is try and see if we can make up enough places, so we will maybe try and overtake the leader in the championship. I don't know where he is at this moment. And we're already up into P6 after one lap, so that's P18 to P6 in 50 seconds. That's quite good, if you ask me. And we get a warning for exceeded track limits as we go off the track there once again. And we get a lot of oversteer and we spin out. So let's see if we can press reset to track. Yes, we can. Now all the cars have to slow up behind me. But we did lose a lot of time with that, and our rear tires have overheated. Let's get a 2-second time penalty there because we get double warnings in the same corner. That is a lot of bullshit, if you ask me, getting 2 warnings in the same corner. But it's a short load. It's for oh, we actually get hit off very badly. We get crashed out by the Haas driver. On purpose. So that wasn't too nice of him. Let's see if we can still get points though, as we now have a broken front wing. Oh yeah, no, the page is already gone. It's all gone. There's no hope. Making a pit stop on a short layout wouldn't be recommended, because yeah, you're not going to really gain any time back from that. We're already very close to P10. He probably has more damage than we do. So we will still be able to score points. Opening the DRS now. Oh, and there goes the Mercedes a bit wide. Why doesn't he have penalty yet? That's the biggest mystery of the day. Oh, and that McLaren is actually going really slowly. So let's see if we can pass him as we get another warning. Do not want to get a penalty, because that could mean the loss of a place for us. Let's see if we can maybe send it down the inside here. No, way too far back. But you see, you start within all the chaos, and it's already a lot more fun than just driving away for 5 laps. There's now caution, yellow flags ahead, and Alfa Romeo going slowly. Now overtaking the McLaren here down his inside. We have way more grip than he does. So that's now us up into P7. Probably won't be getting the McLaren ahead of us. Now approaching back markers actually, I didn't expect that from us. There's now yellow flags in turn 1. So Renault stationary on the track. Oh, lots of understeer. We're now just using our every last bit of fuel, every last bit of ERS, in an effort to maybe get P6 on track, because we won't get him on penalties. Yeah, we're way faster on the straights than him, as he's actually a ghost. Dominic K 2004 has now won here in Britain. Yeah, that will be another warning and a penalty. Oh no, it actually won't be. Let's send it down the inside of the McLaren here. He will get us back on penalties, but anyway, it's just for showing how good we really are to get over the line. It's P7, and it was a pretty fun Grand Prix to race in. And now once again waiting for the cars to all finish, as we now have 6 viewers, so that's quite a lot. Finished in P7 after starting P18, coming up into P6, spinning out, getting hit off intentionally by the Haas, after we were hit off by Hank Peter in the previous race. So if you know him, send him a very angry DM. I will do that. Actually driver of the day. That's pretty good for us. Now watching the podium celebrations. Yeah, but I think we still had a good setup for this one. Still had a good setup. Yeah, of course it's really hard to measure that in a short race. Teammate actually had the fast lap of the race, but he only finished P5. Top 3 is consistent of Germans and Americans. Don't know what an American is doing in this lobby, to be honest. And now, once again, waiting. It's kind of the same game all around, all the time. Just waiting and waiting. And waiting a little bit more for good measure. Yeah. So we already have 7 likes on the stream, so I want to thank you all for that. Invite your friends to join as well. That would be really cool. Aerodynamics, the wings and the overall body. Oh, and that was already the screen. Yeah, we're now going to Spain. Then we do 1-shot qualifying, 5 laps. I'm ready. I hope you guys are too. Oh, we've been kicked from the session. That's lovely. Let's see if we can join again. Yeah, this session we need to join once more. As we're now on an empty screen, the session is actually full. Yeah, there was also a Canadian, but you were watching the stream, so that's a good excuse. But that lobby is full, so let's see if we can maybe join a different one. Well, that lobby is also still full. Yeah, this one seems like fun. 5 lappers in Belgium. Join that lobby. Join me. A lot of Dutchmen in this lobby. Lots of them. So already on the race result screen, so this shouldn't take too long. And I think they're already back in the lobby, maybe. Game press ready up? No. So let's wait a little while longer. Oh yeah, now we can select the car. So what team will we drive for this time around? Let's go and drive for Mercedes. Oh, Mercedes is already full. That's my mistake. Let's drive for Ferrari. I said Ferrari. And now Ferrari is full. Let's drive for Red Bull then. And now Red Bull is full. Renault, come on. Why won't it let me pick a car? Okay, so now we're in the... I want the Renault. Why can't I have the Renault? This is really weird. I'm in the lobby, which is now in Austria. And readying up for 1-shot qualifying. I'm in the Force India, but I don't want to be in the Force India. But hey, you cannot always have what you want in life. And the session is now oh no, it's still 1 place remaining, 2 places remaining in the lobby. So you can still join. 17 out of 19 drivers were ready, and we are now headed to the grid in Austria, not Australia. So let me know, do you guys have any New Year's resolutions for next year, maybe 2021? Would it be a better year for you? Of course, the Corona, COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2 vaccines will already be given out. Here will only start on January the 8th, actually, or 8th of January. It's now wet, and we can only choose the balanced setup as it's already locked, the setups. So will the inters be faster? No. Will the race be dry? Yes, the race will be dry, so no setups. That will be quite interesting. 3, 2, 1, and let's start this qualifying in the wet with the standard setup. Don't know how good the standard setup is as driving in the wet. So let's brake for turn 1. So I don't know if I want to leave the engine in max, but right now we do. Let's just tune it down, because then we have better traction coming out of the corners, which is of course really important in the wet. Diving once again. I don't know about you guys, but I think that engine mode 4 is actually the best one, because you have plenty of traction, so you can just bump it into the highest one. Oh, get a little roaster there. Won't be on pole, but it could be a top 5 finish or top 5 qualification once again. So that would be pretty nice. We could have that. Yeah, it's top 3 once again. Spectate ourselves, because we love ourselves, as we're already into turn 3 now. With the number 28 Force India. P3 voor de Formula 1 Rolex Grosse Prijs van Oostenrijk 2020. Thank you, Jan, for those very kind words. And we are now headed towards the grid after waiting once again, lots of waiting here on stream. Tuesday actually there will be a top speed comparison. Now of course we are on PS4. do not want to be on anything else really. Now, if you want to have an Xbox, buy an Xbox. Doesn't bother me. If you want to buy a PC, buy a PC. But I buy PlayStation. Five red lights are on. And they were off and I have a very bad start. Oh, dropping down place. Oh my god, I'm having a Max Verstappen kind of start actually. Oh, Jesus. Two guys just not braking for turn 1. And Williams only has a 2 second time penalty for that. It's a really good dive bomb from him. We brake once again. Oh, and we actually hit the McLaren round. So we broke way too late. Sorry for that. Yeah, the penalty is probably on point. We now in a legal overtake on somebody who is way behind us. Not really agreeing with that. So we now have wing damage and a 3 second time penalty. So this race is probably quite over, you might say. But never give up in a racing game. Lap 1 could be very terrible. But then you can fight your way back as drivers ahead of you will start to make mistakes. Or maybe you're just fast enough to get yourself back up. But with wing damage that will be very hard, of course. So let's see if we can get within that 1 second by the end of the next lap. So we can get that sweet DRS. So you've reached an overtake now. Try to go the esports lines. We need to extract every bit of pace that's still left in the car. After that very horrible turn 3, and then we now have a very quick Alfa Romeo behind us. Oh, and there's 2 cars going off, that's what I meant by drivers ahead of you will start making mistakes. Yeah, you tried to get back at him, but it didn't really work out for him. So now we're in P5, but probably we will get overtaken by the Alfa Romeo here, so let's just let him pass. If we fight him, we will lose only more and more time. So now he does need to crash out with the Renault, that would be perfect for us. They're now going side by side through sector 2. He's got way more pace as the Renault also actually has wing damage. So let's see if we can overtake him. Yeah, we can. Did the little switcheroo, that was a very beautiful overtake if you ask me. Oh, and now he goes off and we have the Williams behind us once again. Alfa Romeo is now gone, plus 1 second, so we won't get DRS. We actually made a little mistake there, so will we get DRS of him? No. Will we get out of the DRS from the Williams? 9/10, come on. I think that is just enough. I'm not quite sure. I cannot really see if his wing opens, but I don't think it has. If you just look at the delta times, no I don't. Let's brake really late here so that he doesn't still get the DRS off of us. Gonna sacrifice a bit of time for that. Does his wing open? I think it has, so we sacrifice time without really profiting from it. Oh, the Williams is really aggressive behind me. Can somebody maybe press him out? Tell him to stop. I really feel the understeer. Have my tires overheated yet? No. Hey, and there goes another car into the wall. Mercedes now into the pits, but I think he is actually a lapped car.
Caution, caution.
Oh, and there's Ferrari into the wall. 3 positions for us. I just actually want to let the Williams pass us on this straight, so that we have the DRS off of him. Oh my god, and he just crashes it out sort of. It gives us more wing damage. So let's just pass him and give him an old nudge. Into the wall you go, mate. So yeah, that's just how you deal with dirty drivers. You just give them a little taste of their own cookie. Was that action clean? No. Was it deserved? Yes. Don't forget that Williams was also one of the drivers who just dive bombed everyone into turn 1 and got away with it. Let's just back the McLaren up a little bit so he has a worse exit. Let me just overtake
This
me
is your
here.
final lap of the race.
Press the brake, so we have to DRS for this straight. And it's already the final lap of the race. So let's just do a do or die move here. We still have 3 seconds, so he won't finish ahead of him. Oh my god. Come on, move. If that Williams gets within 3 seconds of us, that would be really bad. So let's just stay behind him. There's now Mercedes trying to unlap himself right here. Oh my god, and actually got into my screen. I completely overshot my braking point. So yeah, lapped cars, although they're ghosted, they can be pretty shitty to deal with. Because all of a sudden they can just pop into your screen and then you're completely disorientated for like half a second. And it might not seem like much, but in Formula 1 you know half a second. It could kill your career. Alex Apple. And we have finished P5 out of 5 in the 5-lap race. Starting from P3, but after that a Max Verstappen start. I think that's still a pretty good result. Like the stream if you haven't, as we now have 6 viewers once again. So that's pretty good. Race P5, if you want to join us, join this lobby, which is now in Austria. I don't know where we will go next. Kimi Räikkönen 51 has won in the Mercedes. Does this mean that Räikkönen will go to Mercedes next year? Let us know. Will he replace Lewis Hamilton for 2021? As he still hasn't signed a contract. So yeah, might there be hope that Hamilton leaves Formula 1? No, I don't think so. He just wants more money and Mercedes doesn't want to give him the money. So yeah, but I think Mercedes should just give Hamilton the seat for 2021 and in 2022 just give it to Russell. Or replace Bottas. Just for next year already. Just give everything that you save on Bottas' salary to him. Because George probably would do that for free, driving for Mercedes. For 1 year. Probably would. And yeah, they have Bottas out of the team, a quick driver in the team. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know, what do you think in the chat? So we have the Formula 1 theme music once again. Once again waiting. And we're now waiting on George, which has just ready up. And you think that Bottas should be fired like Albon, so Hamilton is overrated. While you cannot win 7 championships and still be overrated, in my opinion. Yeah, we always hate the Dominator. We hated Sebastian in 2013 like nobody else. That was really weird. Sebastian hated, and now we all love him. So yeah, it's just domination why we don't like him. And we will go to Austria once again. Really? Come on, host, just change the track, please. Yes, Baku. Could be very interesting. So this is the host, the Spanish guy, which is now highlighted. If you want to join the lobby, join him. But I can see some guys are already into the lobby. "15 seconds until we get underway. And then we get racing in Baku, which could definitely be a crazy race. So don't know if I want to start from pole, because then you will miss all the action, of course, if you're trying to sweat for the race win. Let's just see if we get invalidated on our lap. If we crash out, then we start from the back. If we just do a clean lap, because it's a very long lap, so it will be quite hard, then we just don't do it. Baku has now delivered 2 fun races in real life and 2 boring races. 2016 and 19 being boring, 17 being a really exciting race, and 2018 being also a good race, but not on the level as 2017 was. Now as we're already talking about drivers and if they're overrated or not, I think Daniel Ricciardo is overrated. Yep, he's a good driver, don't get me wrong, he's really good, but he's not that good. He's not championship material. He's definitely race win material, and he's proved that, but he's not championship materials. No, Hamilton is definitely... Oh yeah, well, basic setups, but definitely Hamilton isn't a god. And I think Ricciardo also isn't. Because if you really think about it, he has only won races where either Mercedes or Ferrari was a complete letdown. All the races in 2014 he won. It was because Mercedes was just fucking it up. In 2016, the Malaysian Grand Prix, Verstappen kinda let him win, and Mercedes and Hamilton's engine gave out. 2017 in Baku, well, do not need to explain that race. So much people crashed out. Verstappen's engine killed him. So yeah, he couldn't compete with him. And I'm thinking of more. Did he only win in Baku in 2017? I think he did. Monaco 2018, well, that was just a good drive, but the Red Bull was definitely the fastest there. And once again, his teammate Max Verstappen fucked up, and we just also fucked up too. China 2018, very good strategy from Red Bull. And once again, Verstappen fucking up. Without actually all the Verstappen fuck-ups, would Daniel Ricciardo have won in while he was teammates with him? No. But did he win? Yes. So he won because other people around him weren't strong enough, and he is there to pick up the pieces, which you should also be able to do as a racing driver. Just be there when the guys ahead of you make a mistake. And also, why do you think that Red Bull in 2018 chose Max Verstappen as their first driver over Ricciardo? Because they said the drivers were treated equally, but there was a clear first driver, just like there was in 2010 between Webber and Vettel. But I'm nevertheless really looking forward to the Ricciardo-Norris combination teammates, because those two in one team will be crazy. I also think Sainz is overrated, but that's a whole other conversation, and the qualifying lap has already ended. So we're now going over the line. 147. Of course, with that mistake in turn 3, we are P16. So roll the clip of, yeah, that's third for sure, and then 16th. Don't know if you've seen it, but it's a very fun clip. So look it up if you haven't. You now haven't. Oh, so you can actually choose the British flag and the English flag. That's quite fun. We have a Finnish guy on pole, Kimi Räikkönen 51. Yeah, I might be biased, but the result, yeah, he definitely had a lot of engine troubles. So comparing the championship outcome with Red Bulls isn't really fair, because they just break down too much to really compare them. And don't get me wrong, Max Verstappen made those mistakes, so Daniel won them deserved, because the people ahead of him made the mistakes. But on the raw pace, he just isn't there. And he shouldn't sign. You should have signed with Mercedes in 2018 when he was winning all the Grand Prix and not waiting for a better deal. Because I'm not sure if this is true, but I have heard multiple people say that he was in talks with Mercedes and Ferrari in the beginning of 2018, when he was winning in China and Monaco, when he was on a good form. Those teams wanted him. Then he waited too long, and then the only option left for him was Renault, because he definitely needed to leave Red Bull. Red Bull is a pretty toxic environment at this point in time. Do not want to be a second driver there. But for Perez it was his only option, so. So the 5 red lights are now on. And we are underway. Oh, and getting a little oversteer there. Now braking. Oh my god, there's a Haas sideways. Luckily he's ghosted. Oh, and oh my god, so much cars going into the wall, so much debris, and there's a Williams sideways, and we're now getting turned into by the AlphaTauri, so that wasn't too clean of him. Oh, he's defending really hard. So none of it, and there's now an Alfa Romeo into the wall there. Let's send it down the inside of the AlphaTauri, and there's now the Alfa Romeo ghosted, which is just going through everybody. Yep. Oh my god, so much trouble. So much trouble. Baku in open lobbies is, oh my god, always fun. And we're now getting hit on the rear, and there's another Ferrari into the wall. So we're just calming down now. We are in P10, so we've gained 6th position. Let's see, is our wing still? Yes, okay, so we still get a good wing. Let's not break it into the castle section. Oh my god, we're so, oh yeah. And we broke it into the castle section. I jinxed it. I was already celebrating because we ghosted when those two cars crashed there. There's a big pile up. Wouldn't really believe that. And then, well, yeah, we just got hit by somebody on the rear, turn 2, and then we get hit by somebody on the fucking rear again in turn 3, for fuck's sake. If you know where that's from, let me know. So there are now only 13 people competing. I think we started with 19, 18. Not quite sure. And now we're behind our teammate, who seems to have wing damage, otherwise you don't go so slowly through these corners. We just pass him there. That was a pretty tense overtake. Now 1.7 seconds behind MX362005. Pretty full name. So not really using that much ERS on the opening lap. Braking hard into turn 1, and there's a car coming out of the pits. Is that the Kimi Räikkönen? No, that's a dummy. Oh, and he actually just puts us into the wall like that. Wow. Not thank you. So Max, if you can do me a favor, if you see if Dummy charges up to you, don't let him pass. Because he's also giving us a little bit of wing damage, not that much. But still, it's damage, and we don't like damage. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Oh my god. Still have to take a fighting action, and now they're pushing each other into the wall, and this is quite an interesting battle. Can we maybe slide in, overtake him? Go into the wall, you. Come on.
Great maneuver. You made it.
Just brake checking him a little bit. That's karma for you, mate. Payback. So he now has a broken front wing, and now we can drive away together from him. Let's do just that. Thank you very much for the help, of course. Oh, and he just puts himself into the wall even more. He will have to make another pit stop, as he of course just... Oh no, and he's retired from the session. That's how we do it. Simply lovely. Do we have a bit of... Jeff, I was talking. Come on. So yeah, let's just use some ERS now. Don't know if I have slipstream, but we do have a bit of wing damage. Nah, it's alright. Within 1 second, so we can use DRS if we are still within that 1 second over the DRS detection line, but it doesn't seem like it. No, 1.1 seconds. So that will mean DRS or no DRS, but still the dirty air. But we do still have a lot of ERS left, so we can use that. And now a guy ahead of us has crashed out, the ghost from last race, who was annoying us a bit. Yep, there he... Oh my god. He just ghosted. And just in time he ghosted, otherwise our race would also be over. And as you join us now for the battle for P5, this is getting really interesting now. Come on. Oh yeah, understeer. Come on, get within that 1 second. Racing Point, I believe in you. Oh, and he's actually waiting up for us, or he has made a mistake, one of the two. Is he maybe he's playing chicken with the DRS. So we have 15 seconds ahead of us and 15 seconds behind us. So now 70 seconds behind us because the driver behind us crashed out. So I have a bit of margin to play. Oh, and he's now pushing us onto the straight because he didn't want to overtake us before the detection line. So his gear is now open, so let's use some rich and overtake. Yes! Speed! Oh, I still need to change my brake wires on my differential. Oh, there's a bit of contact. So just changing that real quickly. And now we can be real speed, as we have the DRS once again.
Gap to teammate behind is 21.2.
Jeff, I don't care about the gap to teammate behind on the last lap. It's not like he's going to gain 20 seconds on me. Oh, it's not really the last lap, it's the penultimate lap. Come on. In our pink Racing Point Aston Martin Force India car. Full throttle now. Oh, yeah, or you just got the corner completely. Are rules even on in this lobby? So I think the car ahead of us also has a bit of wing damage. Not quite sure though. In the slipstream now. I'm not going to let him pass us or overtake him right before the DRS straight. Because that's just stupid. Let's just follow him. Yeah, I know your plans by now, mate. That won't work a second time. So now it's important to get a good exit. Oh, and he emptied all of his ERS, so this will be a flyby maneuver. Within the second on the DRS detection straight. That's too much weaving, mate. Don't put a mouse pin on me. Now only 9 drivers remaining and we were P6, now P5, so braking really late into turn 1. Braking a bit too late into turn 1 actually. But that is the move done. And us up into P5. He now has the DRS, so he can still get back at us on the last straight. Was this a good idea to let him pass us? Not sure. But we have 17-second margin to the cars behind. So we can play a little bit of games as the lap ends.
Gap to car in front is 11.6 seconds.
Do need to watch out for those curves. Your car can be unsettled massively by those.
Caution, caution.
Oh yeah, the flag's ahead, so we might actually still be fighting for a podium position. No, we won't gain that much time on them in the last couple of corners. And here the car behind us now out of the second. Oh, and the car ahead of us has now retired from the session through this fast left-hander. With once again very high curves.
Green flag.
The green flag racing. Engine is cooled down good enough for a last stretch. So Rich and wait with the overtake deployment until we're on the straight bit. And I'm calling it now, let's go. 1.7 seconds, 1.6, 1.5, we probably won't catch him to the end. But we will really get close to a podium. 326 kilometers an hour over the line. And that is P4. For the Baku Grand Prix, only 8 finishers. We started with 10 more people. So Baku is always fun. Yeah, here you can see 18 starters. DNF, 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 DNF. And so on. So you know, 3 cars. And who has won? It's once again Kimi Räikkönen in the Mercedes. Oh, and here's a Williams without a front wing. What seemed like it. He's now getting on to the straight here. Doesn't have any ERS because his rain light is actually on. And that is the race finished. And we now have 8 likes on the stream. We are driver of the day once again. Just getting those driver of the day's rewards in like Max Verstappen. It's fine. Yeah, I also had a small bit of damage. I did to yellow front wing, yellow orangey kind of front wing. The drivers are now celebrating on the podium. 2 Englishmen, I believe, and 1 Finnish guy. Oh, it's an Italian instead of an Englishman. He almost overtook the Englishman in the end. Yeah, this is just filled with DNFs and disqualifications. Somebody was actually lapped in this race, but he DNF'd, so that doesn't count. Sorry for the lack of commentary, it's just not that interesting a loading screen. Can't really talk about anything. And we're now headed to Beverton. Let's just ready up. Racing Point actually drove quite nicely, it's a good car. Looks a bit hideous with the pink color, but it's very distinctive. So that's nice. Five seconds until we go. And the counter's down and away we go. We actually don't go away, for your information. Tuesday there will be a new video. It will be the top speed comparison between F1 and F2. So if you want to see that, head over to this channel on Tuesday, 15:30. CET UTC +1. And it's raining once again in Britain. Can it also stop raining? Ready up because we cannot load the setup. And I think this will be the last race of today. That means that we will have streamed for another 75, 80 minutes, maybe 85. I think that's quite cute. And then, if you want to see more content, watch another stream. Oh my god, I need to race now. But yeah, if you want to see more, just watch a previous stream, watch some videos. Quality on those is way higher, don't have to wait because I cut all the boring bits out for you. Oh, this is not a short layout. Oh my god. Yeah, I just wasted my lap with that. Thinking it was the short layout here. Change this once again. Blasting through Cops Corner in the rain at over 250 kilometers an hour. That's quite a big balls corner. Then Maggots and Beckets, and we spin out as we go over the curb now in the gravel trap. Just press the magic button and we are once again on the track. So as long as our lap doesn't get invalidated, we should be pretty high up the order. It's just a lot of lads, of course, will get disqualified. Especially in the rain. Oh, this nose camera looks really weird. Whoa. There's just a big pink pole in the middle of my screen. This is actually quite a fun camera. First person drift. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Drifting over the finish line. P12, you can see it on the steering wheel. 12th for the Formula 1 British Grand Prix 2020. Still 4 people watching. That's good. That's really, really good. And we're now headed to the race once more. Oh, that's a lot of sunlight. Just waiting for the people to ready up. Not much of strategy to this race. So yeah, you cannot also change your setup. So we're just now waiting for the last guy to press advance. Five lights now coming on once more for the last time today. And we are underway. Putting it in the Richard overtake as it's now dry. Oh, we get hit by the McLaren. We actually hit him back quite hard. A lot of cars going off. And up into P6. So these are wonderful starts that we're making. P12 to P6. One corner, that's how you do it. Yellow flags. And the car has already crashed out. Somebody is disqualified from the session. Accidentally left the overtake button on. We're now behind the Williams of the Hound 4520.
That's a decent start. Good job.
So now in 6th here, going over Meckers and Beckers, where we spun out on a qualifying lap. She made quite a good amount of time up on the P4 guy, not really on the P5 guy. And 2 cars are off together into the barriers. And there's a Red Bull actually just spinning out on his own. Way back, he's probably waiting up. But ghosting is on, I believe, so yeah, he won't have anything to do. Except be annoying. And AlphaTauri has used all of his ERS on this lap. Making little observations as we now have Alaja Origins behind us. Can't really pronounce the name. Behind Hound here. Very hard battling. Let's go down the inside here as we broke a little bit too late. Oh, and he just ignores us fully. But it was a bit of an ambitious move, but still he could have given us more space. Instead of just turning on as he knew I was very aggressive. So that was a bit dirty, but let's just head on as J Messi O2 is now behind us. Oh, and there's a car backwards. It's actually the Hound, so that's a good amount of karma for him there. So cut J Messi off. He didn't have the pace to go around the outside of Cop's corner, and there's the Red Bull just standing still, just being annoying. Easy ghost, so he won't be having any impact on us.
Okay, clear.
Wow. are now battling with the two Renaults. J Messi goes around the outside, but he gets hindered by his teammate. So they both don't have any ERS left. Let's just overtake Jurgen Smith here. Oh my god, why is he pushing us so hard? Don't do that, thank you. So we're having a kind of Verstappen Leclerc kind of battle. Hard versus hard. But yeah, if you want to drive clean, random online lobbies isn't the place for you. You really need to get your elbows out, otherwise you will just be a sitting duck and you will be spun around and hit off by everyone. But that's fun. If you don't take racing that seriously, then it can get a lot more fun. They're diving in left field here. Turning in very aggressively, probably overheating the tires in the process, as we have a little bit of wing damage. Of course, the DRS has been enabled this lap, so let's try and see if we can use the maximum of that and close up on the lads ahead of us. Accelerating really early here over the curbs. Yeah, not really closing up with the DRS, of course, as we were just saving some ERS and fuel. As there's just some grass tire tracks here on the racing line. So maybe that will overtake somebody as he had off and maybe a bit of wing damage. I think we are stuck in a DRS string in a 5-lap race. Don't see that often, but it still happens. Oh, and J Messi has made a little bit of a mistake because we just gained a lot of time on him. So we are locking our front tires up with the brake bias on 50%. So they are really having a tough time, the tires. Oh, and he now doesn't have the DRS, so we now can definitely close in on him. Maybe through left field try something. As Ronaldo has now made a little bit of a mistake. Try to use maximum road. Going really fast there through cops to 90 kilometers an hour. Cannot imagine what it would feel like inside of the car with all of the G-forces. And we're definitely closing up now, but we were getting a little bit too ambitious there over the curbs, getting over the grass, and now Ronaldo doesn't have any ERS left. So we can probably very easily pass him, fly around him just like that. Oh, we have a little bit of contact, so we do need to manage to save our car. Send down the inside here. He will get slowed down by Jay, who is now pushing us off the track in turn. Oh, and now he's just flying off the track there. Don't know what he did. Probably had a big chunk of oversteer there. But we know from Ronaldo that he doesn't have much ERS. Oh, and that's a free position for us. So that means that we are now up into a P5. After being spun around on lap 2 and starting from P12. Oh, we get a little bit of a touch on the rear. I mean, lots of cars going off, but I'm not really feeling like it's my mistake.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.5 seconds.
Gap ahead now 3.5 seconds. Kimi Raikkonen has won the British Grand Prix. Or not the real Raikkonen, probably, but I'm not sure. Could be the real one, because he's quite quick. And he has selected his nationality as Finnish, so you never know. Over the line now, it's under P5. So you could say I'm the CEO of P5. I want to thank you all for watching this stream. And goodbye.